Tell me something else. Just give me one little interesting thing about yourself, other than your doll brand. We know that's what you do, and you're very good at it. And I know you cook, which
yes,
I want to learn more about the cooking. Okay, you have to help me with that. You know, cook me a meal or something. You don't have to teach me. But just tell me something else really interesting about yourself. That not many people would know.
I don't know if maybe not many people would know this, but maybe that not many people would expect that I am a very, very spiritual person. I think that my spirituality has brought me through a lot of tough times, but spirituality is also about self-awareness as well. And so that is one thing that I preach as much as I can to the new girls on our team, the old girls on our team, like a stranger walking by, like, you need to, self-awareness is key. And so when I became more aware of self, and then I was able to look at spirituality for my guidance of how to be a better self and to be my highest self, that is a lot of the person that I am today. And I just can appreciate all of the experiences, like, for example, losing my dad. Last semester, or not last semester, that was fall 19. That was really tough to go through, and my dad was that person that really grounded me. And he would always minister to me, and he was the person that made me be a better person. So after he passed, I had to figure out, how could I be a better person? What can I personally do that will make me be better and stronger, and see more of God in myself whenever I look in the mirror. And so within this last year, I can say that I have become a lot more rooted in my spirituality, and I don't think many people know that or really expect that from me, but that's why I can appreciate having talks like this, because that's something that I would want to leave with you, to become aware of self and figure out, like, where it is that you are possibly lacking or that you don't feel necessarily whole in, and turn to God and turn to the Word and your spirituality to fill those gaps in your life.
Oh, I love to hear that.
That was so, like, yeah, but I just really wanted to put that out there. Like, you never know who you can reach.
Right.
And so anytime that I can, I'm going to make sure I push that, like, turn to God in your times of weakness, and He'll give you strength.
I 100%.
Yeah, I know we're here. Here.
And that's also one of the things that I really learned during the pandemic, was that sometimes there's so much noise in your head that God will literally stop everything around you just so you can hear His voice.
Just so you can listen.
Yeah. And it's just up to us to listen now.
It is, but then there are some people that don't hear that voice or can't discern that voice from others.
Right.
So that's just another thing that I wanted to pray for, is discernment. To be able to hear God's voice over my own as well. Right. But anyways, all that aside, that is a deeper thing. But so what about you? What is something I don't know about you?
Something that you don't know about me?
Yes.
Wow, that's a little difficult.
What's something that you learned about yourself in college? That's a better question.
One thing that I've learned about myself in college is that I'm very strong-willed. College, you hear all these different stories growing up about colleges full of partying, full of drugs, alcohol, this, that, and the other, and it's a lot of things that you can get into, some good, some bad. And it's really helped me realize who I am. And a lot of things, I've been tempted with a lot of things, or I've just seen a lot of things that I'm not used to seeing, and I've been curious about them. And there are a lot of people around you who will try to change you or try to change your perception on things, but when you know who you are, you don't let that bother you. You know what's right, you know what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't just follow the crowd. Like, I've learned that I'm the type of guy, if everybody in the room does something wrong and I know better, I'm not gonna do it. I'll stand for something even if I have to stand alone.
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably the best thing I've learned about myself throughout college.
Okay. So, okay, with that being said, I know you're strong-willed. What are some other words that you would use to describe yourself?
Ambitious. I'm always looking for a new challenge.
Okay.
I love it. I love to be told you can't do that, because then now I feel like, hey, I have to go prove you wrong.
Yeah, now I have to show you.
Right. And I will fight tooth and nail until I get the job done. So I would definitely say ambitious. And I would say that I'm pretty outgoing. You know, a lot of people will describe me as pretty reserved. And for the most part, I am. But I am willing to try new things. You know, I'm always willing to learn something. I genuinely love to learn. Like, I'm that guy that you say something around me that I'm not really knowledgeable about. I'm at home at 10 o'clock at night Googling it and just searching it to see what I can find, you know. I don't like to not know something, so yeah.
I've always gotten that vibe from you.
Really?
I remember us being in our biology class together. I think this was for our biology lab.
I remember that.
Because me, you, and Caitlin all took the same class. And so I just remember walking out and you just being like, I need help. Like, what's really going on in this class? And me and Caitlin are just like, we just trying to get our grade. So, yeah, I think that from the first time we've ever had a conversation and us taking that class, I've always known, like, Jared, he's not going to play. Like, he really wants to know what it is that he's, you know, indulging himself in. Like, I can appreciate that about you.
I appreciate that. Well, before we get out of here, I have one more question for you that I really want to know, because I know that you have a very bright future ahead of you. And so I want to know, what are your plans for the future?
So, I'm big on, you never know what God has in store for you. I don't try to plan out a lot of things because I know they're not in my hands. But things that I do know that I want to see for myself, I know that I want to get my master's degree in public administration. So that's probably next to come education-wise. I want to travel and see the world. If I could travel 3 places off the top of my head, I would definitely go somewhere in Africa, South Africa. I'd go to Brazil, and I don't know on that third one. Maybe like somewhere like Dubai or something. Just different places. I want to see the world and see different people. And a big goal of mine is one day to open a nonprofit organization for families coping with the grief and death of a loved one due to cancer. So that's something on my list. And my last question for you is, what do you want your legacy to be as the drum major? What is the footprint you want to leave on this band?
Well, there are a lot of different things that I would like my legacy to be, but I would like for the biggest thing probably to be that if I can do it, anyone can. You know, I've been that guy who's always, I've been counted out a lot most of my life. And like I said, I think that's what makes me so ambitious. That makes me just love a challenge, you know, because we are a very prestigious organization, and the things that we do, you know, you can't go and recreate that anywhere else in the world. But I want to give hope, you know, to that kid out there who feels like they've been counted out and feels like they've been overlooked their whole life, and tell them that, hey, you can do this. You know, anything that you put your mind to, I promise you can do it. Whatever it is, be disciplined, be humble, and be teachable, and you can accomplish that goal.
Period. That's it. Thank you. I really appreciate you talking to me.
I appreciate you being here. I thoroughly enjoy talking to you, and I would really like to do this again sometime.
Same. I'll be here.
All right.